SCP-435. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-435-1 is to be kept in a secure warehousing facility that constantly provides SCP-435-1 a minimum of 1,000 lux illumination. Illumination must be provided by redundant lamps operating from at least 3 parallel and independent power supplies, providing generator and battery backups. Tests for integrity of the lighting system shall be conducted on a daily basis. In addition, 2 mobile units capable of transporting SCP-435-1 shall remain on standby in the event of contingency Contingency 435-XK Alpha. No other special protective procedures are required to examine or test SCP-435-1, but research may only be conducted on SCP-435-1 with written O5 approval. Someone get Dr. Cool. We need to test a radioactive rock. At ground level, a secure perimeter is kept for 50 kilometers around SCP-435-2. A no-fly zone of 125 kilometers is to be maintained in the airspace surrounding SCP-435-2. At least 2 Foundation aircraft and 1 mobile ground station are to monitor the size and position of SCP-435-2 at all times. Should monitoring detect any growth of SCP-435-2 or any motion of SCP-435-2 relative to SCP-435-1 for a period of in excess of 90 seconds, observation teams are to initiate contingency X435-XK-Alpha. No personnel are to approach within 100 meters of SCP-435-2, and Foundation security teams are authorized to take any action for such contact. Prevent such contact. No research is testing is authorized on SCP-435-2 without explicit O5 direction. Yet again, we need Dr. Cool. Description. SCP-435-1 is a Type 3 iron meteorite weighing approximately redacted kilograms, showing significant weathering. Spectroscopic. There we go. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say, because it just says spectroscopic. There you freaking. Who cares? And chemical analysis shows a composition over 99% iron, which in normal densities can only account for redacted percent of the measured weight. Age is indeterminate, but analysis of weathering such as that exposed to the atmosphere for at least redacted years. SCP-435-2 is an irregularly shaped object that currently has approximate dimensions of 15m x 15m x 48m. 15 meters times 12 meters times 48 meters. Who cares? SCP-435-2 appears somewhat blurred in the visible spectra, but computer-enhanced imagery in various spectra has shown a complex structure showing a threefold symmetry along the longitudinal axis. Extending from the axis are long tube-like structures that share the characteristics with both biological organisms, in particular cephalopods of the order Tethudia, and with mathematical models of higher-order fractals. These structures show undulating movements even when SCP-435-2 is stationary. SCP-435-2 does not appear to have mass or inertia and appears only to be visible due to a refraction of light passing through it, and because of data expunged resulting in Cherkanov radiation of varying intensity. Any physical object with mass that comes in contact with SCP-435-2 will suffer an instantaneous change in velocity and direction away from SCP-435-2 without any loss in energy. This is apparently caused by being reflected through a higher order spatial dimension. If the affected mass is in a solid phase, this reflection will cause a change in topology that can result in either an inversion, turning inside out, or a reflection mirroring of all or part of physical structure, or a data expunged in high levels of gamma radiation. Because of these characteristics, it is currently impossible to directly affect SCP-435-2 with any means currently at the Foundation's disposal. However, it can be moved indirectly by moving SCP-435-1. SCP-435-2 maintains a fixed position relative to SCP-435-1 as long as SCP-435-1 is sufficiently illuminated. SCP-435-2's current position is redacted kilometers northwest of SCP-435-1 on a vector redacted above the horizon, about redacted meters above sea level. Movements of SCP-435-1 have caused SCP-435-2 to move a proportional amount, maintaining a fixed distance and bearing. If SCP-435-1 ceases to be sufficiently illuminated for a period of time exceeding 8.3 use? I don't know what that says. The behavior SCP-435-2 will change. SCP-435-2 will enter an active state and begin random erratic movements orbiting the location of SCP-435-1. That just straight up means it's going to freak out. Average distance from SCP-435-1 will increase, and the apparent volume of SCP-435-2 will also increase. The rate of increase in both distance and size appears to undergo a geometric progression over time, and neither has been observed to decrease. This behavior will cease once SCP-435-1 is again sufficiently illuminated, at which point SCP-435-2 will cease motion at whatever location it is at that moment, and remain there fixed in relation to SCP-435-1. The threshold for this effect currently appears to be between 500 and 650 lux. It appears that the threshold may approximately increase by redacted percent whenever SCP-435-2 enters an active state. Because of SCP-435-2's interaction with normal matter, an active state is considered extremely dangerous. Passing through large volumes of air at speeds in excess of 500 meters per second dramatically increases levels of radiation, and if SCP-435-2 intersects water or any landmass data expunged. Any active state lasting longer than 90 seconds constitutes a potential XK class end of the world scenario and requires the initiation of contingency 435-XK-alpha. Addendum 1. Recovery Notes SCP-435. SCP-435-1 was recovered in 1950, redacted while surveying the sites for testing a redacted. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers were directed to evacuate the native population from redacted, a small island 85 kilometers from the proposed test site. They met heavy resistance from the local population. After evacuating the island by force, they discovered SCP-435-1 in a clearing surrounded by several dozen burning torches. At this time, SCP-435-2 was not in an observable location. U.S. authorities have no indication of any anomalies. A survey crew was left behind, and according to subsequent interviews, while half the torches burned out as a result of SCP-435-2 moving through redacted, before illumination was restored to SCP-435-1. The Foundation then took custody of SCP-435-1, and the U.S. government provided a cover story codename Redacted, explaining that redacted was the result of a redacted having a higher yield than expected. Addendum 2. Interview with one of the village elders evacuated from redacted by U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in February 1950. Redacted. Interviewed. Redacted. Male, 75 years of age, former resident of redacted. Recovery site for SCP-435-1. Interviewer is Dr. Richards. Forward. Interview is part of background research on the history of SCP-435 prior to Foundation custody. Begin log 1/12/1960. Redacted 1/4/30. Dr. Richards. What do you know about SCP-435-1? The Skyrock? Yes, the Skyrock. There is a story to it. Tell it to us. Long ago, when the world was only water and sky, there were two brothers. He who made light and he who made dark. Like all brothers, they fought. One time the light brother insulted the work of the dark brother. The dark one, he does not like this, and begins to destroy all the light in the world. He who made light cannot let this be, so he shoves his brother into a hole that goes outside light and dark, and plugs the hole with a rock. Because he who made dark can only see in the dark. He who made light puts the rock in a sling and throws it around the sun so it will always stay lit, and the dark one will never see how to find his way out. That rock is SCP-435-1? That is your name for the Skyrock. Yes, it is. How did it end up redacted? Long ago, after the brothers fought, the Dark One's rock fell from the sky. It fell so hard that it broke the earth and raised the land and killed the first people who lived only in the sea. On the earth, the sun only lit half the time, so when darkness came, he who made dark could see to find his way. Even so, he had been lost outside the world for so many years. So each night he came only a little closer, and each night the rock shook and bled fire at his approach. The earth did not like this, so she made the second people to watch over the Skyrock, keep it lit so that the Dark One cannot find his way home. I think you may be the third people. So do you have any measure of how long you were keeping it lit? Since before data expunged, note geological formations in the area suggest that if this is true, then habitation of redacted predates the known human populations in the area by nearly 10,000 years. Shows redacted a photo of SCP-435-2. Do you know what this is? Yes. Is it he who made dark? No. It is a shadow. And the log. Closing statement. The non-material nature of SCP-435-2 lends credence to the hypothesis that is a projected effect from an unknown dimensional entity somehow bound to SCP-435-1. While dumping the rock into SCP Redacted and making another universe's problem is tempting, it seems possible that the actual effect would only be to transport SCP-435-1 without transporting the entity it appears to contain, releasing He Who Made Dark into the material universe. Therefore, contingency 435-XK-Alpha is only a last resort. 05 Redacted. Well, that was SCP-435. I hope everyone enjoyed the reading, and I would gladly enjoy if people were to put SCPs that they would like me to read in the comment section of this video or any other SCP video. I would greatly like to hear what you would like me to read. However, if it is something that would extend possibly over 15 or 20 minutes, that may be a difficult reading, but I will see what I can do. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and peace out.